Then on the top, what we'll do here is do something called a piano tapping move. And that again just stimulates the whole area. Put your head to one side. I'm going to press slightly on what we call the pressure points around the ears here. Whole palm coming up. Hi Melissa, my name's Fern. Thank you so much for joining me today and for allowing me to use you as a model to practice on during my new venture, which is returning to holistic therapies. And what I want to do today is focus on you, and in particular focus on your scalp. This would normally form part of an Indian head massage, and as I said, I haven't done that for a very long time, so I'm just letting myself reintroduce myself to holistic therapies gently. So I'm just going to start with building up my skill in this area again, which I used to love. One of my favourite treatments was Indian head massage, and this scalp treatment would be part of a much wider Indian head massage treatment. So this one just focuses on part of that whole therapy, and this one focuses on your hair and your scalp. So I'm just going to really just play around with your hair for a little bit, because it's absolutely glorious hair here. And just keep running my fingers through it. You've got a few knots in there, so what I'm going to do is take a brush. Now this is actually a wet brush, so it's for actually when you've got wet hair to take out knots, but I just think it really goes through your hair so beautifully. So if you start at the bottom and then just brush it, and you find that can hear that. You can hear where it's tugging on the knots that you've got at the very bottom there. And then if we get that all nice and smooth, it means I can run my fingers through without it causing any sort of glitches in terms of hitting knots in your hair. And it actually makes it a much more soothing massage as you comb fingers through your hair then. Okay, so you can hear where it's catching on some of the knots at the very bottom, and then suddenly it becomes all smooth. And I do find with these wet brushes they work really well, though as I said they're designed for wet hair, but for this particular aspect it seems to get knots out more easily. And then once you've done that, you can introduce my hands to your scalp and your hair. There we go. How does that feel?
It's really relaxing.
Really relaxing.
I already ended up closing my eyes.
Oh no.
Okay. It's good, it's good.
That's good,
Yeah.
good, of course. Oh yes, okay. Yeah, just relax and enjoy it. It's a very special massage, one that's been around for hundreds of years. And as you can tell by the name, obviously began in India, where generations of women used to massage each other's hair, and it was very much focused on the scalp and the hair. And if you look at women from India, their hair is always luxurious. It's got a thickness about it. And this sort of massaging each other's hair, you can imagine sort of on the doorstep, the grandmother massaging the grandchild, or the mother massaging through the daughter's hair, often with oils as well. We're not going to use oils today, but you can use certain types of carrier oils, Things like almond oil and coconut oil work really, really well. And that really encourages healthy hair. And I think that's where the luxury scalp massages come from. There's a more modern version which is known as Indian head massage, shampoo-sage, and that's where you start introducing other aspects of the body, which maybe I'll move on to once you help me get my confidence back a bit more. Okay, so now that you've got used to me touching your scalp and playing around with your hair, I'm just going to lightly tug slightly on this right side here. Don't tug too much, it's just almost that you're introducing your hands to the hair and the scalp. But it's quite relaxing. Even that tiny little tug that I'm doing is a bit of de-stressing. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to run my fingers through your hair again. See, there are no knots in this now. It makes such a difference. Beautiful length to it as well. Okay. Right. Just do a little bit of gentle effleurage, just to start off nicely. There we go. Right, then I'm going to start with some heel rubbing around ears, and I'll start with the right ear. And then I'll move over to the left ear. And the heel's nice and soft. It doesn't give too much pressure because this is a really sensitive area of the head. And then I'm going to use a little bit of friction here as well, which is here. You keep one hand on one side and then feel comfortable with it being held in place. So you don't want the head wobbling. I'm just going to do a bit of rubbing across the whole scalp like this. It just helps to get rid of any tension from these areas. We're going to go up. Just got a few finger ruffles like this. to go right under your hair, just like it's massaging the whole head, both sides. Do tell me if I pull too hard or anything like that.
Okay.
If there's any pain at all.
It feels really nice.
Good. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go up and I'm going to slightly tug. But let me know if it's too much. It's done very gently, but the pulling just stimulates the whole scalp area. Then on the top, what we'll do here is do something called a piano tapping move. And that again just stimulates the whole area. I'm trying to cover the whole scalp and avoid getting tangling in the hair. It's as though you're playing a piano. Right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to very gently put your head to one side. I'm going to press slightly on what we call the pressure points around the ears here, just very slightly. I'm going to move to the other side. Okay. I'm just going to stop for a minute and just rebrush your hair if that's okay. It's got very naughty, so I'm just going to do this for a little bit.
Yeah, my hair's quite thin, it gets knotted really easily.
Yes, yeah. But I just want you to get the benefit of the last moves. And to do that, I'll take some of the knots out.
It's really nice having someone brush my hair.
Is it?
Yeah, I really like it.
I don't think that this was a move that I'm supposed to be doing, but I've just added it in because instinctively I felt you needed it.
Oh, thank you.
So I think sometimes you just have to be guided by what you think your client needs. Maybe that helps to release some of the tension you've got in your scalp, particularly at the lower part. You've got quite a lot of tension there, so I want you to get the full benefit without me getting stuck in knots in your hair, and this just helps to take it out. There we are, back to beautifully unknotty hair. Here we are, gone slightly off piece, but there you go. Right, so I'm just going to do a sort of squeeze and lift motion, and that's just behind your ears there, and then I'm going to do that on one side so that I can get a little bit of pressure there. But this area is so sensitive, it's such a light touch that you need. There we go. Just do a couple more of those. You can feel how sensitive that area is, so you don't really need a lot. We'll do that on the other side as well. Whole palm coming up. And you're really reacting well to this sort of gentle massage. I'm just going to put my hand on here. I'm just going to ask you to breathe in with me and just relax. So in and out. And again. And last time. Beautiful. There we go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.